All right. Want to introduce yourself for the camera?
Sure. My name's Dylan. I'm from Elemental Garage. I'm here with Steven of Steven's Custom Swap Shop, and we are scanning his 65 Chevy. We just got done with a scan for fitment on the dash unit. We 3D printed a piece for a new gauge bezel to fit like the Holley 6.86 and some analog gauges. When you 3D print, sometimes you get some shrinkage as the plastic cools. So I wanted to come and do a test fit on it. The test fit looked really good. You could see a little bit of shrinkage. So what now we're doing, or just done actually, is taking a 3D scan of the negative space where it goes, so that I can bring that data into the CAD model and make sure that that aligns there. And since we're already here, and he's obviously got the rest of the dash here in place, we're going to take a scan of the glove box area, so that if we want to produce like a custom glove box door that matches the gauge bezel, down the road we'll have the data to do that. So we've got this all set up. May not have enough markers, so I'm just going to move a couple of markers over here. And what these do is these give the scanner a reference of where in physical space it is. So as I move it, there's nothing in here that knows where it is in the world except these cameras that look at these scanners. So we're going to turn this on, and it's going to start building a map of the glove box door. Now I suspect it's going to get upset, and it's going to want me to add more markers. So as you can see, as I move to the right here, it stops moving. And when it stops moving, well, that's because it can't tell where it's at. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause this scan right here, and we're going to add more markers, and then we'll come back and get more scan data.
And these are not dice for everybody in the world like me that thought they were dice.
Yeah. All right, so what we can do is we can add some to this. Generally, when you use markers, especially big ones, you want to avoid using them like where geometry changes, because what happens is once we take the scan, the computer will kind of look at the surrounding terrain, and it will fill in the holes where the markers were. But it's doing that based on, okay, what's the curvature here and here? Okay, we can assume it was pretty flat. So if I put like a marker right here, it's not going to do a good time of knowing that there's kind of nuances and, bevels and everything in there. So we try and keep them on places where they're not super critical.
It's all very interesting.
Let's see, we'll go right there for that. And with the addition of those extra markers, it seems happier making the transition from one side to the other. Yellow indicates where it's got some data, but it wants more, and blue is a pretty good indicator that, okay, we feel like we've captured this area pretty well.
That's wild.
And the best way for those that are new into 3D scanning to get the data is when you have the scanner perpendicular to the surface that you're scanning. So for example, if I'm trying to get the data on the inside left wall of the glove box door, it can pick up some of it here, but you get better data if you point the lasers and the cameras directly perpendicular. Because what it's doing is it's hitting these surfaces with the lasers, and then the cameras are picking up that surface with that data, and so being perpendicular gets you the best viewpoint from these two cameras. And so people say scanning is kind of like painting, but not necessarily in a specific pattern. But if you just kind of pretend like you're using like a paint gun and you're painting the target and moving your hand around, that's kind of what you're doing. You're
covering everything.
Painting it with lasers. All right, I think we've got a pretty good. So we can try and get the inner lip a little bit better here, because I still see some yellow. And that can be hard to do because it's a little bit, there's some surface areas in there that are like occluded from the cameras where we just can't see. And then we've got data essentially from where I'm at to the left. So what we can do is take this scan data when we're back at the shop and bring in the scan data from the left side and look for, what it'll do is that we can point out features that overlap and are similar. So we can say, hey, on scan 1, this hole is the same as this hole on scan 2, and you get about 3 or 4 of those points, and then the computer will say, oh, okay, I can see all these similar features, let's overlap them and stitch these 2 scans together. So what we end up with is 1 scan of this dash from left to right.
It's wild.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Wild technology.
Yep.
Awesome.
Cool.
Cool, man.